There's a lot that I say in this video, and I want everyone to just watch it, understand that some of this stuff was written before the news that came out as of recently. I would like to start this video by saying thank you, Fortnite, for giving us Season 1 of the map we all love. I'm glad we finally have the old weapon models like the pump shotgun again, and even little things like the glow that is around the weapons when they're on the ground. OG Fortnite Season 1 is fun, but there are issues that take that fun away. I don't want to just hate on the season. Let me explain the things I really do enjoy first, and then I will talk about the issues about Season 1 and more or less as a little tease of what to expect talking about players and bots. Booting up Fortnite on console, looking at all of the original designs for weapons, getting the OG burst again, hearing the sweet sounds of the pump shotgun and the gold scar. It's amazing. It's a blessing in disguise, honestly. The grenade icon has its OG look. So much stuff is exactly how I used to remember it. My favorite place to land. I don't really care to put it on blast because most of you probably know about it. It was a wooden pre-built structure above Wailing Woods. I would land with my dad here almost every single. We would rotate west and continue looting, and then eventually we would fight players and either win or lose, and it happened all the time. It's like reliving an old memory to experience this location and have the loot that matches it. Seeing all the people in my lobbies wear skins that are from Fortnite lets you know that players really do care for this as well. They miss this just as much as I did, seeing the map before anything was added, before Tilted Towers, before Dusty Depot was hit by the meteor. It looks amazing. Finding out that there are no bots and skill-based matchmaking is turned off for the mode makes me feel like getting a win is basically impossible, but that's how it felt back then. Knowing that there are 99 other real players in your match makes that anxiety you used to feel and the worry of losing all come back again. I have gotten a few solo wins already, but only like 3, and those wins are memorable because of how difficult it was to get them. At the time of writing this and hopefully soon recording this, Epic added duos. That would honestly be my biggest complaint about OG Fortnite Season 1. But I do believe that there are some things that we can do to help make the game mode even better. Some of the things I bring up may be considered nitpicking. I'm sorry, I'm good at that, but just hear me out. And just to start off with the bang, forget everything I just said. Throw all that shit off the table. Epic added bots and skill-based matchmaking back to OG because of the people crying online. Now I get to complain as much as I want. A lot of these changes are completely unnecessary. I do believe skill-based matchmaking that is a little lenient would benefit the players that claim to want employed lobbies, but hear me out. Getting a win from this point on is never going to be enjoyable as long as bots are in the game. Skill-based matchmaking that is incredibly strict ruins the whole point of playing casually because rank does exist, just not for OG. You are playing ranked, but without the whole earning a fancy badge system. Double pump is not broken for those of you who are or were complaining about it. As long as players are good at building, it will never be a problem. In zero builds, it's not even an issue because in a lot of scenarios, you really aren't going to be able to carry double pump. If you do, you aren't going to deal enough damage because most people would gun you down. Fights in zero builds aren't always close quarters as well. I know we have the OG weapon models, but how come we don't have things like the original HUD or something similar to the inventory that used to exist? More or less, I'm okay with that, without the shitty inventory. Okay, that one wasn't really that good, but the HUD is something you look at almost every single time you play. People have been able to use creative to recreate the original look of the HUD, and I'm surprised you guys didn't just copy and paste that. I agree that finding legendary or epic rarity weapons is more exciting when they look and sound different, but for the sake of OG Fortnite, why are weapon models like the rocket launcher sniper or scoped AR still like how they looked back in Chapter 2? Also, we have things like gold burst assault rifles, which I do not recall being a thing. If we are wanting a full OG experience, I believe that should be at least the case for builds, since that is quite literally the only thing to exist 7 years ago. Why is mantling, door bashing, sliding, super sprinting, and moving while healing still in the game? I think since zero builds is a new concept in a way to OG Fortnite, especially Season 1, a lot of these new mechanics should be in that mode, and that would allow for the best experience in both worlds. We also have things like turbo building still being active, which basically just allows anyone to build like crazy, which if you took that out, that would be a nerf to sweats, but it wouldn't kill the game. Also, structure durability is not like how it used to be. Shotguns aren't able to destroy wood walls. They don't really do much structure damage. Explosive break builds like how they do with the new mechanics and not like how they did prior back in Season 1, where it didn't really destroy much. You also can't carry 999 rockets and, certain bits of ammo like that. You still can't see through building edits like how you used to. And lastly, 3D visual audio is the biggest crutch in all of Fortnite. Why has this feature not been tweaked back to how it used to be? If you are not aware, this feature was not very very helpful for players that wanted to hear the game. It was made for deaf people or someone who wasn't able to just, you know, have the sound play from their TV or something. If you turn this on, your game audio would actually be muted, but you could see the visual indicators of where things were coming from. This was on mobile for a while, and I understand why they could hear and be able to see it at the same time, but a PC player and even a console player should not be able to have this sort of advantage. Mark my words, it needs to get reverted to what it used to be like 4 years ago. Eventually, other people will catch on and complain about it. Things that have changed, like duos being added, is a good change. It clearly brought back like a lot of people because that was, you know, added before the bots and stuff. And shields might have been changed a little bit, but I'm not really sure overall. But this is my main thing about OG Season 1. For any new gen saying, this is what you guys wanted so badly, I want to say this to you. Fortnite 7 years ago was the most casual game you could ever load up, besides like something like Call of Duty or Minecraft. Most people were defaults. No one knew what they were doing quite literally at all until a couple seasons into the game. You had like 12 players that were known to be good during Season 1 and 2, like Dakotas and Daquan. Season 3 and 4, you had people like Cypher, Ninja, Tfue, Myth. Everyone was getting recognized. Myth was also in Season 1 and 2. They eventually added Playground, and that turned into creative. On top of that, people see how much a streamer or content creator can make from quote-unquote playing video games, and they all believe that they can do it too. Ninja did a stream with Drake. Mongrel was on the news for being incredibly young and a pro player for Fortnite. Fortnite made video games become heavily mainstream. Twitch, YouTube, it was flooded with people who didn't care about the passion, they just wanted money. This is the case when Fortnite added tournaments, and those tournaments gave a shit ton of money. But these were coinciding together, Twitch and Fortnite. There are people who play like their life depends on it, but at the same time, wouldn't you do the same? I'm not saying it's cool to get destroyed by a superhero skin using the FNCS pickaxe, but I don't think this type of player is ever going away. Something else would have made gaming very mainstream later if it wasn't for Fortnite, but obviously we are in the timeline where Fortnite was the reason for the downfall of some parts of gaming. And I know this is bouncing all over the place. I apologize. I'm writing this down and trying to get this out as soon as possible, but I want people to know you can never truly get Chapter 1 Season 1 ever again. The players will always figure out a way to ruin it. Now, without anything I've written down and just my thoughts, I really do not like bots. I don't believe that they belong in the game at all. I just want to clarify that. And overall, Season 1 is pretty much its own thing. I'm looking forward to what will happen for Season 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and also the fact that we're going to be getting live events. But as a major critique of this game type, of the players, of the community, of everything that is within it right now as of me recording this, unless things change, this is not the best version that it possibly could be. And there is a lot that Epic can do and probably won't do until enough people complain about it, because clearly people complained about bots and skill-based matchmaking, and because of the whining, we got that. So let's do the same thing that they were doing, whining and complaining, to get the things that we actually want. And something that I found that was pretty crazy to me was I have never seen this many content creators that like either I disagree with, don't really talk to, don't know, didn't even know existed, all of that, all agree in unity that bots don't fucking belong in the game. You should probably just be able to opt into having bots in your lobby if you really want to, but let's be honest. You're playing an online game. You're playing an online game. Why do you want to face bad players? Why do you not want to play against any real person? That's just not, that's dumb. Go play Red Dead Redemption 2. But enough of my yapping. This is probably going to be a little bit shorter, sadly, but yeah. This is a terrible change and it should not have happened. Subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. That's all I'm going to say. Have a great day, night, week, month, whole rest of the year. It really doesn't matter when it is. I hope that's great for you guys though. See ya.